where we are right now. If you have been following me this week, you know that Adam and I are on a journey to talk about the civil rights movement and finding solution-focused lessons and inspirational lessons along the way. Today, we went to Jackson, Mississippi, and we went to the Civil Rights Museum, and we met this incredible guy who was the youngest freedom rider that in that protest that took place in Jackson, Mississippi. He was 13 years old when that happened, and it's an amazing story, and I'm going to share that story with you later. But today, I'm going to take you into this building right here, and you're not going to believe what is behind that door. Now, if you've seen the movie Selma, we're now in Selma, Alabama, where the Edmund Pettus Bridge is, where Mr. Good Trouble, what John Lewis, where he famously walked across the bridge with all those other people. But this is the house, if you've seen the movie Selma, this is the house that was the headquarters for Dr. King and his inner circle. Y'all gotta see this, come here. Now there's a tour going on, you might hear somebody in the background. But y'all gotta check this out. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple places in this house. We've been here for, I don't know, like an hour or so. This is crazy. This is where Dr. King would sit and eat his meals. He came to this house often when he was working with the organization to help with the voters' rights. Like that protest was about voters' rights. This is the seat he sat in. Come on. Now there's a famous picture. See if you can get this picture. The light's not great. But this is him watching LBJ's famous like voters' rights speech. That's the chair. This is the room he was in. That's the chair he sat in watching that speech. It's unreal. Look at the television. This is like a 1908 television with this old clock. But here's where it gets crazy. Like, Dr. King stayed in this room. This picture was posted in Jet magazine. This is him holding a staff meeting, sitting in bed. But here's where it gets even more. Actually, this isn't the room where it gets amazing, right? Because this isn't the room he normally stayed in. Y'all, like, come, listen, check this out. So, they were going to do a march on a Sunday, and President Johnson tried to talk Martin Luther King out of doing it because he couldn't protect them. So they went to the bridge and they prayed, but they didn't start the march. They didn't start the march.
Okay, he's doing a video.
We'll be out there in a second. They didn't start. This is like real live stuff right now. They didn't start the march. It didn't happen until the following Sunday. This is the jacket Martin Luther King wore on the successful march from Selma to Montgomery. Check this out. Like, this is the jacket Martin Luther King wore. Now, this is the phone. Now, you'll see pictures, and you heard stories as during this whole time he was having conversations with President Johnson, LBJ. This was the phone that Martin Luther King talked to President Johnson on. Like, this is the phone he talked to him on, talking about voters' rights and how to pass the Voters' Rights Act. Bro, like, this is crazy. Still not done. This famous picture. This is just before they went to the bridge, right? This is just before it happened. This is the chair that he sat in that picture, in this very room. Now, on this journey, Adam and I were determined to find stories that you couldn't read in a textbook. We were determined to find first-hand stories from the people who were there. And we met a woman who led us into this house, like, and gave us, like, free reign of this house. And then they told us a story you can't read in textbooks. And because they knew they were about to walk on sacred ground, Martin Luther King washed the feet of all of the people in the photo in this bucket. So, look, I'm telling you, I'm doing this to inspire you. I'm doing this because I think there are lessons, there are solution-focused lessons in the civil rights movement, and I'm going to share those in my teaching and in my education and what my work that I do. But I also want you to know, like, as we do this, I think the biggest lesson I want to share with you today is the difference that one inspired man can make. One inspired man can completely change the world, and this was the headquarters from which he was doing it. So, what do y'all think of this? How many people are watching this right now? I don't know. I don't even know if you can see it. Doesn't matter. But look, I want you guys to know that I love y'all. Like, this has been an incredible journey, an incredible week. I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini tour, and I hope you're looking forward to the bigger video that we're going to be compiling, putting this stuff together, because I'll never be the same after this week. We have now been to, I can't even count, 6 or 7 cities and locations where significant civil rights things happen, and every single one has a new and inspiring lesson. And this one